going on, everyone? Small Sandy Lamin here. We are back here with another video. So we're going to be looking at the charts of interest and the things that are happening globally in the month of March. So March, it is my birthday month. So I was born on March 28th, sometime years back. March, it is my birthday month. So guys, remember to like, share, subscribe, and also comment here on this video. It's either you criticize or you say something good. It doesn't matter. Any comment, it is constructive to us. So remember that this video is going to be brought to you by RESORCES Markets, which is an authorized FSP. So RESORCES offers financial products, it offers forex, it offers currencies, and it offers American stocks as well as commodities and crypto as well. So if you want to open a live account with RESORCES and join us trading with RESORCES, you can just click on the link that is attached to this video here. So guys, remember, if you are going to be in Newcastle, KZN, so we are going to be having this session. It's an introduction to investing. It is called My Teacher, My Wealth. So we will be talking about cryptocurrencies, we will be talking about forex, we will be talking about shares, and then we're going to be touching a little on the metaverse as well. So it is going to be in Newcastle, in KZN, South Africa. So the name of the venue, it is Isarabuli BNB. It is in section 5 Matadeni. So we are in partnership with RESORCES Markets there. So it's only just 250 guys ahead. So we're going to be talking and discussing about markets for about 6 to 8 hours. So there's going to be some lunch there as well. So please share for people who would like to join this session. They could just RSVP or just follow us on any of the social media platforms to RSVP so you can join our session. It is going to be on the 26th of March 2022. Okay, so remember guys, these videos are for educational purposes. Now whatever that you say here, RESORCES Markets, Stocks for Hope, and Small Lamini will not be liable for any loss or gain from whatever that you say here on this video. So it's just mainly for educational purposes, not trading on investment advice. So people, do not trade money you cannot afford to lose. So the things that you are going to be checking out today, we're going to look at the US 10-year yield, Bitcoin, gold, S&P 500, the NEDBANK, USOIL, Apple, Bank of America, and CITI or Citigroup, ARK Innovative Invest ETF, and then on the JSE side, we're going to look at USDZAR, NEDBANK, SAPPI, HCL, and then INSIMBI resources. So the big story, since it's the starting of March now, Joe Biden will be delivering the State of the Union address there in the United States. So he will be delivering it in Washington as usual, the Capitol buildings where Congress sits. So he will be talking there. So there's a lot of things Biden he needs to talk about there, because number one, there's also some political uncertainty there in Washington itself. He needs to sort out his politics as well. Republicans and Democrats are just scratching each other there in Congress as well. There's also a war in Europe he needs to address. Plus the war in Europe, there's also inflation there in the performance of the American economy. Inflation is at a 30-year high. So it is just really massive for him. So this speech will just set the tone politically in the US and also he needs to address what's going to be happening with regards with the war that is currently brewing there with Russia and Ukraine, as well as NATO members there as well. So if we move forward, we see that CITI Group, so CITI Group, they are saying that their Russian exposure is close to 10 billion. They are exposed in Russia about 10 billion. That's just a wholesome amount of money there. So $10 billion. So they said the statement on their filing yesterday that they are exposed this amount of money. Plus, we saw that most central banks, they sanctioned Russia. They don't want to do business with Russia. Even the Swiss bank doesn't want to do business with Russia, but they do have access to their capital at the Swiss bank. But the other central banks, the European Central Bank, the ECB, Australia, Japan, the Fed in the US, they don't want to do any business with Russia concerning with that, what they are doing there in Ukraine. So another story that's currently proving there. Remember, guys, the Fed, they said that they will be increasing interest rates on their March 16 meeting there. So what they are saying there is that the war that is currently brewing is unlikely to deflect the Fed from the path of raising their interest rates. So they've already decided that they are going to raise their interest rates. So they don't want anything that will disturb them in terms of rising interest rates there. So we saw the Russian markets moving to extreme levels, the levels that have never been seen before. I've been in the market myself personally. I've never seen a currency falls 20% in a single day. I've never seen that. So we witnessed the Russian ruble doing that yesterday, and also we saw as well that the Reserve Bank there in Russia, it's saying that they increased interest rates from 9.5% to 20%, of which is just massive. I've also I think it's the second time I've heard a central bank increase interest rates above 15%, because I think Argentina once did something like that. I've forgotten the number they've increased it to, but the Russian story, it is just massive. So the Russian economy, guys, if you can see that the Russian stock markets, the Moscow exchange itself, it dropped about 27% in a single day, which is just massive. As I said, personally, I've never seen something like this, and we've seen that drop happened on the previous week. The Moscow Stock Exchange, it fell about 28%. As you can see there, it's 28% in a single day. So a quarter of Russia's wealth has evaporated within a matter of a few days since they started invading this other country, the Ukraine. So the Ukraine, it is a former Soviet state. So we do not know what actually Mr. Putin is planning to do with whatever is going on there. So if we can just continue there to look at Bitcoin. So if we're looking at Bitcoin, we saw that since most central banks have been pulling away with doing business with Russia, we have seen a spike in crypto prices now. So perhaps Russian people are seeing that they think maybe it will be okay for them if they can conduct business using cryptocurrencies. So we saw Bitcoin dropping below 33,000 on Thursday session last week, but now it's up again above 43,000. So Central banks, they don't want to do business with Russia. Even individual companies themselves, they are pulling away their business. Even BP is saying that they are going to sell a stake in another Russian company that they own a stake at. They are selling the stake, and they just don't want anything that we do with Russia. Remember that BP is from the UK, so whatever the UK government is saying, I think they are following suit. So other companies like ExxonMobil, those all large oil giants as well, we might see them releasing some statements concerning their Russian assets. So yeah, so Bitcoin is jumping higher, and other cryptos as well are jumping higher, but I'm still not convinced that this is the bottom for Bitcoin. So it might happen that price might reject the 44,500 level, and then it continues lower to the 17k level that we've been talking about. Or if Bitcoin starts trading above this 45,000 level, it can move to 53k, or it can move to the 65,000 level. But I'm not saying it will happen. I'm just elaborating the way, the speed things are happening currently. It's not easy to navigate the markets lately, but we're just doing what the actual chart is telling us now. So if we're moving away from Bitcoin and looking at the US 10-year note, US 10-year. So central banks are pulling away doing business with Russia because of the sanctions, as well as they froze some Russian assets that are owned, that are held in central banks globally. Most central banks, if I could say that, let's say the G8 central banks, so Japan, the Swiss, the European Central Bank, the Bank of England, and as well as the Fed. So those are the large central banks. Even the Bank of Australia is saying they don't want to do business with Russia as well. So the US 10-year government bonds, they are trading lower in recent times because of the things that have been said earlier on. So the 10-year note is at 1.77%, lower than the high it reached 3 weeks ago at about 2%. So we might actually see the 10-year notes coming back to the 1.69%, and then maybe it might actually start to move higher because the Fed, it is going to raise interest rates in the next coming weeks or so. So that is just confirmed. The Fed has said that they will release some interest rates. So if we're looking at the S&P 500, SPX USD, I've been hearing people talking on these big news channels and as well as on Twitter that the market has found a bottom. So I'm not saying that I am agreeing with them or I'm disagreeing with them, but I'm also allowed to have my own opinion as well. So the structure of the market, it will eventually tell us what's actually happening there. So remember, the Fed is going to increase our interest rates. Number two, there is this inflation story that is happening in the US now. So the stock market is really sensitive to those things, inflation and interest rates now. So I'm still thinking that the 4,000 level hanging on the S&P 500, it's still there on the cards. And then maybe after the market can bounce and go higher. So I have another story for the NASDAQ as well. So for the NASDAQ, the story there for the next 100, this is what I'm trying to see there. Looking at the market, it bounced off the 13,000 level, and now I'm thinking that it might actually move higher to 15,270 level, and then it might come back down again to retest the 13,000 level. After retesting the 13,000 level, it might form something like a double bottom, and then after a double bottom, the market might rebound and go higher. So that's a story. It might take a couple of weeks, it might take a couple of days. The way things are happening at rates, anything is just possible. So after Nasdaq, let us look at gold. So stock market is not doing very well, but other resources like gold, they are just being like safe havens. Even Bitcoin has joined the safe haven space because of what the central banks have said with not doing business with the former Soviet states, Russia. So now we saw that there's this reverse pin bar that is there, but I'm just seeing that the market might try to move even higher to fill this gap, and then it might continue to trade above the 1,988 dollar level. So the $2,078 is still looking attractive. Remember, it is just breaking out outside this 3-year range. So this is a 3-year range. So there's a lot of money still there, and there's still a lot of people who are thinking that gold might actually go higher. So if you're looking at US oil WCI, by checking out US oil, you might actually see that oil is still in favor of this large reverse head and shoulder pattern that we have been speaking about for about 3 months now. So it is still actually pushing higher. It did touch the $100 level a couple of days ago, and it retested the $100 level again. Now we are trading at about what's the level today? It's trading just a simple notch lower at 98.90. So oil, it is still moving higher, trying to push higher. So the $108 level is still on the cards, as well as the $132 level. So guys, remember, if you are in Newcastle or know people who are in Newcastle, just let them know that we are hosting a live seminar that is called My Teacher, My Wealth. So it is simply an introduction to investing. So we will be talking about shares, we will be talking about forex, we will be talking about cryptocurrencies, and then we will touch some base there on the metaverse as well. So it's me, myself, Sbo Dlamini, the owner of Stocks for Hope, in partnership with Regenesis Markets. So Regenesis Markets, it is an FSP, a registered broker to conduct business in South Africa, to offer these products: forex, shares, crypto, and commodities as well. So it is just simply 250 rand a head. So guys, please share with your families, please share with your colleagues, please share with even your drinking parties. Now you are invited, so that Slay Queen, you are invited. Guys, the seminar is really for everyone. Please send a shout out to people so they can join us there. So continuing here, guys, if we're looking at USDZAR, so the story of USDZAR, if I'm just being careful with it, the charts, it haven't changed. The FCR candle, it's still there and it's still intact. So USDZAR is still going to push to 1588 at 1660, even as high as the 17 Rand 50 level. So we've been speaking about USDZAR for the longest of time, so that might actually happen. So if we look at a few American stocks there, so let me just look at Apple. Someone asked for us to check out Apple. So if you ever want us to do an analysis for you as well, you can simply drop us a comment, and then maybe on our next video we will do your analysis. Yeah, it's how we roll. It's fine, even though maybe we cannot do everything for everyone, but we just try to push this knowledge of financial education so that people from all walks of lives can learn how to trade, can learn how to invest, because this information has been hidden from us for the longest of time. So it's our time to shine, it's our time to invest, it's our time to trade, it's our time to get there in this largest financial vehicle. So the stock markets, the forex markets, most of the wealth, it is there in these markets. So it's time for us to participate. So Apple, there was this bullish flag there was here, the market pushed high after it. Now there's even a bigger bull flag that is currently here. Remember what I said earlier on about the Nasdaq, that it might do something like a double bottom, then it moves high. So Apple as well, maybe I'm thinking that it might come back to retest the $150 level. Then after retesting the $150 level, it might try to move higher. So Apple, I think I'm gonna try showing interest in it again after it starts trading above the $170 level. So 170, the next level is 182, and the next level would be an all-time high of $200 there. So let's just simply break down of Apple. So CITI Group, the one that is exposed with that $10 billion in Russia. So they released their statement that they're exposed with that amount. So we saw that CITI Group, it actually fell about 4% after they released that statement. So there's really not much I can say about CITI Group, but I had to speak about it because there was just those news that I said earlier on. So Bank of America. So Bank of America, it is a competitor with CITI Group. So Bank of America is actually the opposite. CITI Group was down, but Bank of America was actually trading a bit higher on yesterday's session. So to do a little analysis further there on Bank of America, remember that Bank of America is one of those large banks there in the world. So it is also an S&P 500 component and also a Dow component there. So whatever happens to Bank of America, it also affects those indices as well. So I'm just thinking that maybe at this $42 level, price might move higher to retest the $50 level, and then it moves a bit lower to 45, and then we might actually see some bullish action going higher, bearing in mind that there's an interest rates coming on in the next coming weeks. So maybe that interest rates might actually push this stock in that direction. So the last one or least one I wanted to talk about on the American side is the ARK Innovative ETF. Why the ARK Innovative ETF? Because the ARK Innovative ETF, it holds one of those, it holds mostly of those stocks that are called growth stocks. So they are saying that they are growth stocks. So I'll do a separate video why these companies are called growth stocks, but this ETFs holds most of those companies. So if I could just name a few, Roblox is there, is a constituent of this ETF. Netflix, Shopify, Roku is part of this ETF as well. Palantir, Facebook, Affirm as well, it is part of this ETF. Also Coinbase, it is part of this ETF. And then they recently bought Tesla again on this ARK innovative ETF. So what we are seeing here is that ARK is maybe trying to find value at this $64 level. So maybe we might have a fighting chance that ARK might rebound and go higher if these stocks that I'm talking about, so Shopify, Netflix, Roblox, Palantir, Facebook, and Affirm, because some of them they are down almost 70%. Some of them are down 42% at this current moment that we are talking about, at this moment of the recording. So if those stocks they can move higher, perhaps you might see ARK actually moving higher again. So guys, remember for the last time, if you are in Newcastle, please check us out. My Teacher, My Wealth. We will be talking about, it's an introduction to investing. So we will be talking about shares, we will be talking about forex, we will be talking about cryptocurrencies, and also we will be touching on metaverse. So it's me, myself, Sbo Dlamini, the owner of Stocks for Hope, and I'm in partnerships with Regenesis Markets. So we are doing this seminar class or session in Newcastle at Isagabuli BNB section 5. So please share with your friends, please share with your colleagues, please share with your family members who might be interested in starting investing. So it's only $250 to attend this session, and also you will leave with some valuable information after this session. So on the 26th of March, we are hosting this session in Newcastle, Matadini, section 5 at Isakabuli BNB. So to RSVP, you can just follow us on any of our socials. On Facebook, we are there. On Facebook, we are there. We are there on Facebook. It's Stocks for Hope. On Twitter, it's Stocks for Hope. Or even you can just follow the Genesis Markets there on Instagram, and then on Facebook as well as them on Twitter. So the Genesis Markets is also going to be pushing and promoting this event, because we are doing this joint class, Miss Bo Dlamini and Genesis Markets. So it is an introduction to investing. So let us look at the JSE side of things now. So the JSE side of things, let us look at INSIMBI. INSIMBI there, it is one of those resources stocks. So if you could just do a simple line chart, you might actually see INSIMBI actually now rising high to a bit of extreme levels there again. So they were trading below the $1 level for quite a while now. Since May 2021, they've been consolidating, but now they find some ground to actually push higher, and R1.16 is on the cards, and as well as the highest of R1.34 rand a share there. That is INSIMBI. So the next one that we're going to check out is HCI. So this HCI, it says Ohoscan coin Invest Limited. So it was the first time I've heard about this company because someone requested that, Smoke, can you please check out this company for me? So I'm going to do that for him. So as well, if you yourself want us to check out something for you or look at our view, you can obviously join our premium channel, or you can just drop your comment and then maybe we'll do it, your company or your request on our next video. So Hosken here is trading below the $100 level. So the next one is 105, 131 level, and it can go to its all-time high at 160 rand. So here is Hosken Con Investments Limited. So the next one is Sapi. So Sapi, there is this reverse head and shoulder pattern there this year. So this is the left shoulder. This entire part here is the head, and then this entire part here, it is the right shoulder. So it actually broke outside the neckline, and now we might actually see Sapi retracing to about 45 rand there, and then after retracing the 45 rand, it might actually start to move higher to 66 rand, 79 rand, even as high as 94, 95 rand there share. So the last one that we're going to check out is NEDBANK. So NEDBANK, it is part of the largest banks in South Africa. So NEDBANK actually broke out of this rising symmetrical triangle, if I could say that. So now we saw that it moved higher and then came back to retest the 200s, if I could say, the 200 rand level. So now it is currently trading at the 223 level. So we might actually see NEDBANK pushing to 250, and it can even push as high as 300s there a share. So anything is possible when it comes to markets lately. So 300 a share, let us not dismiss that one. So guys, that's pretty much about it, what we might check out for the month of March. Please remember to like and share and subscribe on our channel there, and then also follow us guys on our other social media platforms. So if you want to join our premium channel, remember, get the stocks there, it is 550. The checking and slap, it is 550, and then for both FX stocks it's 850. These are just once-off fees. You just pay us and then you never pay for analysis again. So our accuracy is close to 89% or 88%. Most of the time we are correct when we do analysis. So remember guys, these videos are for educational purposes. Stocks for Hope, Small Dlamini, or Regenesis Markets will not be held accountable for the information that is used there. Either you made money from it or you made a loss from it. This video is just mainly for educational purposes. So for the last time guys, if you are in Newcastle, we are doing this session. It's called My Teacher, My Wealth. It's an introduction to investing. It is held by myself, Sbo Dlamini, the owner of Stocks for Hope, definitely in partnership with Regenesis Market. So Regenesis Market, it is an authorized FSP in South Africa, which offers products such as forex, commodities, stocks, as well as cryptocurrencies. So in our session, we will be talking about shares, of course, and we will be talking about forex. We will touch on crypto and then touch on a little bit on the metaverse. So we will be at Isarabuli BNB section 5 Matadeni. So it is just only 250 ahead to attend this session. It will be on the 26th of March 2022. So please join us, share with your friends, share with your colleagues, share with your workmates, share with people who would like to start investing in the near future. For me, for now, it's thank you. I'll definitely see you guys on the next video. So thank you. God bless. Ke a leboga. Absheng.